She had just turned 16 and 4 days later she was stabbed to death. And the man who did it, he lived in the same town for 21 years and nobody knew. So this story is about Claire Tiltman. She lived in Kent, UK and she's a very bright student. It's 18th January 1993. Claire leaves her home around 6 p.m. to visit a friend who lives nearby. Now, if you're from England, you know January, 5 p.m. it's already dark. The streets are dead quiet. Anyways, Claire is walking to her friend's house and she takes a shortcut through a narrow alleyway. But she never makes it to the other side. Someone is waiting. He grabs her from behind and stabs her. Not once, not twice, multiple times. And then he disappears. Gone. Just like that. Shortly after, a woman walks through the same alleyway and sees Claire lying there. So she quickly calls 999. Paramedics arrive. They try to treat her right there in the alley, but Claire doesn't make it. Police arrive and seal the alleyway. Forensics team starts investigating the crime scene. Now police are going house to house asking questions, and while all this is happening, Claire's parents at home have no idea what has happened to their only child. They hear a knock on the door, and this is when they find out their daughter is dead. So police launch a full-on investigation, and they call it Operation Artist. They are collecting blood samples, checking for footprints, searching nearby areas for a murder weapon. Now don't forget, it's 1993, so DNA technology is not the best. And there's no CCTV, none. So all police have to work with is witnesses. They took over 1,500 statements and still they don't have the man who did this. So they start looking into people with criminal history who live in the area. Anyone with a history of violence, anyone with knife offenses, anyone who had ever attacked a woman before. They start bringing in people for questioning. Men are picked up from their homes, from their workplaces. Interviews goes on for hours. But every time they think they are getting close, something doesn't add up. Alibis checks out, timelines don't match. One by one, the men are released. Imagine being a detective on this case. You know the killer lives somewhere nearby. You have probably spoken to him. You just don't know it yet. Days turns into weeks, weeks turns into months, and months turn into years. Leads are drying up and it's officially considered a cold case. But Claire's parents are not ready to give up. They are still out there speaking publicly, giving interviews, asking the same question over and over. Who killed our daughter? And the answer is the same. No one knows. It's 1999. 6 years have passed. And then police get a confession. This guy, Sean Hodgson, walks in and says he killed Claire. But here's the thing about Sean. He has a history of confessing to the crimes he didn't commit. Mental health issues. He's done this before, but police believe him anyway? CPS charge him, and in 2000, he is convicted. But Claire's parents are not convinced that it's Sean who killed their daughter. So they are speaking again to the media, asking the questions again. It's 2009. Sean's been inside for 9 years. He's up for parole. And part of the review, they run the DNA again. New technology, better testing. And when the results come back, everything falls apart. Sean's DNA doesn't match the DNA from the crime scene. Sean Hodgson walks free. 9 years gone for something he never did. It's 2012 when Claire's father died without knowing who killed his little girl. And Claire's mum, she sat there thinking one thing. He is going to get away with this. Until police retest the DNA against their database. And this time they get a hit. A man named Colin Ash Smith. Now let me tell you about Colin because he is not new to this. He has a history of essays. And police had actually spoken to him during the original investigation back in 1993. In fact, he was arrested in 2005 because of other essay cases. And he was in the prison when DNA was retested. So in 2014, he pleaded guilty. 21 years after Claire was murdered. Claire's father died in 2012, never knowing who killed his daughter. But in 2014, her mother finally heard the truth. 21 years, 1 false confession, 9 wasted years in prison. And the real killer? He had been living among them the whole time, in the same town.